Right now, 14 NATO countries are betting their entire air power on one single aircraft, the F-35 Lightning. Over 1,200 of these stealth fighters have been delivered worldwide, with 600 more heading to European bases by 2030. But here's what's shocking. Some allies are now having second thoughts. Canada just reviewed their $13 billion deal. Portugal backed out completely. Switzerland might cancel their $9 billion order. Yet NATO keeps doubling down on this one fighter jet. Why are they going all in on the F-35? And what does this mean for the future of air warfare? The F-35 Lightning II isn't just another fighter jet. It's become the backbone of NATO's entire defense strategy. This single aircraft program represents the largest military collaboration in history, with countries investing hundreds of billions of dollars. But recent political tensions are shaking this foundation. Some of America's closest allies are questioning whether they can still rely on this partnership. Today, we're diving deep into why NATO made this massive bet on the F-35, what makes it so special, and whether this gamble will pay off or backfire spectacularly. If you think NATO made the right choice with the F-35, type yes in the comments below. Let's start with the scale of this commitment. As of 2025, over 1,215 F-35s have been delivered globally, and the fleet has already surpassed 1 million flight hours. That's not just impressive, it's unprecedented for a fifth-generation fighter. Here's what makes this even more remarkable. Norway just became the first partner nation to receive all 52 of their F-35s. The Netherlands ordered 52 aircraft and retired all their F-16, making them the second air force in the world to operate only fifth-generation fighters. Poland took delivery of 32 F-35As with special modifications, including drag parachutes for their unique operational needs. Belgium expanded their order to 45 aircraft in June 2025. Finland signed for 64 jets to replace their aging F-18 Hornet. Even traditionally neutral Switzerland ordered 36 F-35, showing how this aircraft transcends traditional alliance boundaries. But here's the staggering part. By 2030, NATO expects to have 450 F-35s operating across Europe. That's more advanced stealth fighters than Russia and China combined, can field with their Su-57 and J-20 programs. The financial commitment is equally massive. Canada's deal alone is worth $13 billion for 88 aircraft. Germany ordered 35 jets specifically for carrying nuclear weapons. Italy plans to expand beyond their current fleet. The total program cost is projected to reach $1.8 trillion over its lifetime. Now you might wonder, why this aircraft? What makes the F-35 so special that entire countries are restructuring their air forces around it? The answer lies in three key advantages that no other fighter can match: enhanced survivability, system integration, and standardization. First, survivability. The F-35 isn't just stealthy, it's smart. While flying, it acts more like a sensor platform than a traditional fighter. It pulls in radar data, targeting information, and electronic warfare intelligence, then shares this with other aircraft and ground units instantly. This makes it invaluable, not just as a fighter, but as the nerve center of modern warfare. Compare this to Russia's Su-57. Despite being called a stealth fighter, the Su-57 has a radar signature 20 to 30 times larger than an F-22 Raptor. Russia currently operates only a handful of Su-57s, while NATO will have hundreds of F-35s by decade's end. Second, integration capabilities. In April 2025, during a NATO exercise in the Netherlands, something remarkable happened. A Dutch F-35 located a ground target, identified it, and transmitted coordinates in real time to their command system, called Keystone. Within minutes, this data reached an Army artillery unit operating rocket systems, which then fired and struck the target. This was the first time such seamless data exchange involving an F-35 occurred in Europe. This level of integration is what separates the F-35 from every other fighter in the world. It doesn't just fight, it connects everything together. But here's where NATO's strategy gets really smart. All F-35 pilots train together at Luke Air Force Base in Arizona, regardless of their nationality. American, Dutch, Norwegian, Italian, and Polish pilots learn the same tactics, use the same procedures, and develop common operational concepts. This creates something unprecedented in military history, a truly integrated international air force. When these pilots return to their home countries, they can work together seamlessly because they literally learn to fly the same way. The maintenance crews follow the same playbook. Spare parts are interchangeable. Software updates happen simultaneously across all fleets. In February 2025, Polish pilots began their first domestic F-35 flights, marking another milestone in this integrated approach. This standardization extends beyond just operations. During NATO exercises, maintenance crews from different countries can service each other's aircraft. American technicians can work on Dutch F-35s, and Dutch crews can maintain American jets. This level of cooperation would be impossible with different aircraft types. There's another critical reason why NATO is committed to the F-35, nuclear deterrence. Several countries, including Germany and the United Kingdom, specifically chose the F-35 for its ability to carry nuclear weapons. Germany's entire order of 35 F-35s is designed around one mission: carrying American B-61 nuclear bombs as part of NATO's nuclear sharing program. These weapons are pre-positioned at European bases, and the F-35 is the only modern aircraft certified to deliver them. In June 2025, the UK announced plans to purchase F-35A variants specifically for nuclear missions, restoring their nuclear strike capability for the first time since the Cold War ended. This isn't just about having modern fighters. It's about maintaining credible nuclear deterrence against potential adversaries. The aging Tornado aircraft that currently handle this mission in several countries are reaching the end of their service life. Without the F-35, NATO would lose a crucial element of its nuclear deterrent capability. The F-35 program represents more than military cooperation. It's an economic partnership. Nearly 26% of all F-35 content by value comes from European companies. Components from NATO countries are installed on every F-35 built, regardless of the customer. This creates jobs and technological expertise across the alliance. Japan's Mitsubishi Heavy Industries produces F-35 components, strengthening their defense industry. Italy hosts a final assembly facility in Cameri, creating hundreds of high-skilled jobs. The Netherlands manufactures critical components that go into every aircraft. For countries joining the program, this industrial participation offsets much of the procurement cost. They're not just buying aircraft, they're investing in their own defense industrial base and technological capabilities. The supply chain is so integrated that disrupting it would hurt American defense industries as much as international partners. This creates strong incentives for maintaining the partnership even during political tensions. Unlike many advanced weapon systems, the F-35 has proven itself in actual combat. Israeli F-35s have conducted successful strikes against Iranian targets, demonstrating the aircraft's ability to penetrate advanced air defense systems and complete complex missions. The stealth capabilities aren't theoretical. They work in real combat conditions. Israeli pilots have reported that the F-35's situational awareness and survivability far exceed any previous aircraft they've operated. American F-35s have also performed various missions, from shooting down Chinese surveillance balloons to conducting homeland defense intercepts. The aircraft's advanced radar systems proved capable of detecting even small, slow-moving targets like drones. Norwegian F-35s took over NATO's Quick Reaction Alert mission in the High North, replacing F-16s in one of the most demanding operational environments. They've successfully demonstrated the ability to operate from highways, showing remarkable operational flexibility. But here's where the story takes a dramatic turn. Despite all these advantages, the F-35 program now faces unprecedented political challenges. The election of Donald Trump has created serious tensions within NATO. His threats regarding Greenland and Canada, combined with escalating trade wars, have shaken confidence in American reliability. Some allies are asking a fundamental question: can they depend on American support when they need it most? Portugal became the first country to publicly step back from F-35 procurement. Their defense minister stated that the predictability of allies is a factor that must be considered. They're now looking at European alternatives instead. Canada is reviewing their $13 billion commitment to 88 F-35s. Political pressure is mounting to cancel the deal and look elsewhere. Switzerland faces similar pressure after Trump imposed 39% tariffs with lawmakers demanding cancellation of their $9 billion order. Even Germany, which ordered F-35s specifically for nuclear missions, is facing questions about whether this commitment makes sense if political relationships deteriorate further. The concern isn't just about current politics. It's about long-term reliability. These aircraft will serve for decades. Countries are wondering whether they can count on American spare parts, software updates, and technical support throughout the aircraft's service life. This political tension reveals the double-edged nature of NATO's F-35 strategy. The same standardization that creates operational advantages also creates vulnerabilities. If multiple countries operate the same aircraft, a single technical problem can affect the entire alliance. We've seen this before when software issues or part shortages grounded significant portions of the F-35 fleet simultaneously. More seriously, dependence on American technology means dependence on American political decision. If relationships sour, the United States could theoretically restrict technical support, spare parts, or software updates. Some countries are now questioning whether they put too many eggs in one basket. European nations are exploring alternatives like the French Rafale, Swedish Gripen, or future European fighter programs. But here's the reality. There are no quick alternatives. European fighter production capacity is limited to about 60 new aircraft per year. It would take decades to replace the F-35s already on order, assuming countries wanted to start over with different aircraft. Looking ahead, NATO faces a critical decision point. The alliance can double down on F-35 integration, accepting the risks that come with dependence on American technology, or it can diversify, sacrificing the operational advantages of standardization for greater political independence. Current trends suggest most countries will stick with their F-35 commitments. At least for now, the aircraft's capabilities are simply too advanced, and the alternatives too limited to make dramatic changes practical. But the political tensions have accelerated European efforts to develop independent fighter capabilities. The Future Combat Air System, being developed by France, Germany, and Spain, is gaining new urgency. The British-Italian-Japanese collaboration on the Global Combat Air Program is also moving forward. These programs won't produce aircraft until the 2030s at earliest, meaning the F-35 will remain NATO's primary advanced fighter for years to come, but they represent insurance policies against future political disruptions. The question isn't whether NATO made the right technical choice with the F-35. The aircraft's capabilities speak for themselves. The question is whether the alliance can maintain the political cohesion necessary to realize the full benefits of this technological standardization. NATO's all-in bet on the F-35 Lightning II represents both the alliance's greatest strength and its most significant vulnerability. With over 1,200 aircraft delivered and 600 more heading to Europe by 2030, this program has created unprecedented military standardization and capability. The F-35 offers advantages no other fighter can match: stealth, integration, and interoperability that bind NATO forces together like never before. From nuclear deterrence to real-time battlefield coordination, this aircraft has become the backbone of alliance defense planning. But political tensions now threaten this carefully constructed partnership. As some allies question American reliability, the very standardization that creates military advantages also creates political risks. The stakes couldn't be higher. In an era of rising threats from Russia and China, NATO needs every advantage it can get. Whether the alliance can maintain unity around the F-35 program may determine the future of collective defense itself. What do you think about NATO's F-35 strategy? Was it the right choice or too risky? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more defense analysis.